Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Anon and I write games for fun. I was meaning to stream earlier today, however, I got into a debate with people because I might be getting paid money to do stupid shit. Not nearly enough money, but it's money, and money is good. Money makes sure Notepad can continue to drink and pay his bills. So, what are we doing today though? This is Danmaku Rhapsody Spirit Accelerate. A game that is Touhou. It's Toot Hoot, and today we're going to finish it. I've made that as a big thing. I have the basics of Danmaku already. I have the barrier survival set up. So what happened last time? Well, last time we did flow of the session as well as item cards as well as how to make spells. Now, I did add a lot of different ideas and spells and spell effects. Not as many as I was thinking there would be, but it's kind of hard to really justify everything because I have a 7x7 grid to work with, and that's really it. Now, a lot of these are fairly simplistic at their core. It's things like dash missile, a character moves with spell effect to the destination. Or it's things like dragging someone away who's in danger, or repairing your barrier, or creating a wall. There's not much I can do there. Like, the fun fact, there just isn't. I've said this with a lot of other games. You need mechanics to make things work. If you don't have the mechanics, you don't have anything to work with. Or you create dangling mechanics, which are just kind of there and serve like one purpose and nothing else. And those mechanics are what we like to refer to as, let's do it together, everyone, fucking terrible mechanics, and they should be shot. So I try to avoid that, hence why I've been trying to do everything you can. The one that I'm not terribly happy with is remote summon. Which I may actually even make this what do I call it, skill. I may actually make this a skill even, and some of them I just need better names for, like Magician was kind of a weird one, but a majority of the game is done. I think I need to increase base attributes. Hand size works pretty well. Barrier may have to get toned down a little bit, because I don't want barrier to be like this like huge thing, but it's also not quite a lot. And you also get to see all the beautiful items I made. Graphic design is not my passion, fun fact. I fucking suck at graphic design. I have no eye for art. I never have. I like paintings. That's my thing. I can't really make things look pretty, hence why I've been needing a graphic design GIMP to do it for me. So, one of the big things here is that I have... I made these. These are all hand-drawn. But these are what the items roughly look like. It's things like the Spirit Strike Talisman, cancel all spell cards and bullets, restore 5 barrier, lucky coin, reduce damage and punishment phase to 1. So even if you take like 50 damage, you'd instead just take 1 damage. You know, things like Grimoire pages, sacrifice stalls, and the really shitty Spirit Orb. It's great. But like a lot of these are just use effects that are there, burn your items to do a thing. And I even encourage, like, please make your own shit. Because I'm not very good at this. At all. Though I did resolve myself to kind of make it more a, how do I want to word this? I've been resolved to make them tarot card size, partially because of my boy Ajax. Yeah, I know you're in the chat. I was like, tarot cards last night. And I'm like, wait, tarot cards are the perfect size for these. Oh, Jesus. Some people are getting mad now in the JTRPG server. Things. So, what do we have here? Pretty much Danmaku battles at their core, like the core aspect of the game. In basic, you have to rely on your spell deck. You start at the start of the Danmaku, each character draws up their hand size dictated by their power ranking. If there are cards currently discarded through story scenes or invasions, they are not added back to the deck. You need to recharge. Danmaku battles are split into separate phases, representing when certain actions will take place and when the characters are allowed to make those actions. Manipulating the phases, managing your spell deck is essential for the success for the character during the battle. Everything takes place on a 7x7 grid, as we've kind of discussed before. However, I do acknowledge you can go larger and you can go smaller. I would recommend not going that much smaller because of how the abilities interact, and you can really make these things go very huge. Yeah, no, tarot cards, I love the design of tarot cards. My mom's a huge fan, and give me 1 second, I was also working on PDFs today, so it was PDF day today. So, and the Eagles and Rifles PDF is actually done. So hopefully that goes well. So, people are being weird. That's great. The legality of translations. One critical state. One of the core ideas about how barriers work is that your barrier is effectively your health. However, once you hit 0 barrier, you are not out. You are in a critical state. Critical state. They're exposed no critical state and critical. Actually, what I should say is I should insert a footnote here. Character taking over their current barrier are still just reduced to critical state, and pretty much the next attack will down you. However, while you're in critical state, you're not dead. You can still operate the exact same, but you can't heal your barrier. That's the big thing. You can no longer regenerate or repair their barrier. Repair the character's barrier. You can no longer repair it should be their barrier. Which is a big deal. This is the big idea, is that once you hit 0 health, you can't heal anymore. If you have 1 barrier, you can heal. If you don't have anything, you cannot. Next hit, you're out. Some skills actually deal with the fact that you're in critical state, like Berserk, which just increases all your damage. So a character with Berserk really wants to get hit by spells so they can enter sicko mode. That's the point. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus. Don't look at Discord, Notepad. Nope, it's Discord bad. Discord full of bad things. So what we need to do now is we're going to be handling the rest of Danmaku. Now, what is this really going to be composed of? At its core, we're going to have to go over each of the phases, each of the actions during those phases, and each of the resolution phases. Because a lot of these aren't really doing anything. You only get to act in like 2-3 actual phases, while there can be upwards of like 7. Most of them are prepare spell card, 1, 2, spell card fires. That's pretty much it. The spell card takes 2 phases to actually fire, which allows you to do your movement phase, which is just you moving. That's it. Just move. Not that complicated. Oh, Jesus, Christmas Christ. Ah. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Oh, God. Give me 1 second. There's currently beer everywhere. Holy shit. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. My beer spilled. Oh, God. Okay, give me 1 moment. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. Ah. Nah. Hi, I'm back. Yeah, beer went everywhere. Don't worry. 1 second. Well, having long hair gets you random compliments from people. However, having long hair does not make the whole recording process easier. Still, now I'm sticky as all hell. I hope you all know that. This is what I deal with. This is what my drinking habit gets me. Fuck all. There we go. Cool. All right, we're good now. Life is secured. Alcohol is haram. Luckily, I am not of the chosen faith. What is the exact term for someone like me? There is actually an exact term in Islamic faith about this. Each of the, okay, so we want to start with phases probably. Do we want to do phase? Yeah, we'll do phases and actions during Danmaku. During Danmaku, the characters will take turn. Actually, I have to remember. We have to start this phase before this, because yeah, I have to be initiative phase. Okay, there we go. Yeah, alright. Placement. Alright, so we gotta do placements. So actually we have to do placements and initiative. Placement and initiative. During at the start of the Danmaku, each character will have to make an earth check. To determine when they are placed. The character with the highest earth is allowed to be placed down first at any location. Characters at any location, and then it will descend from there. Characters may spend their spell. Actually, may use their spell deck to increase their. Actually, no. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put that at the end. So after all characters have been placed on the board, they will determine initiative. Initiative determines how fast the characters are moving, and who will be acting first in each of the phases. This is based off a wind check. During this phase, the characters may spend their spell deck to improve or to hinder their earth/wind checks. So, what does this mean in the grand scheme of things? What it means is that you really kind of want to manipulate when you're acting, because going first is useful, but also going last is useful. And that's kind of the big thing, because sometimes you want to be the last one to be placed. Because one of the core things is being placed down means people know where you are. However, you're also seizing the advantage, saying, like, I'm going to put myself right here, so everyone around me kind of now has to deal with that fact. So a character who's kind of more enduring, has a little bit more health, can really do things a little bit more, or even gets rewarded for being in damage, maybe wants to put themselves in more of an aggressive position. And then the enemies, and then the opponent's like, okay, do I want to get away from them? Do I want to be in front of them? But maybe you want to reduce your earth. Maybe you want to be placed later so you can kind of get a better angle on someone. It's kind of that back and forth of like, I want to be placed down first, but I also want to be placed down last. Coupling with wind, which is your initiative. Sometimes you want to go first in the round, just so you can blast off your spells first, and you can move first. You're doing things before anyone else, and you're kind of forcing them all to react. But sometimes reacting is a better option. Okay, I fired this spell. Now you're like, okay, you fired that spell. I'm going to now do this. Rather than, I'm going to blast you to pieces so you can't. It kind of has that different risk reward, and sometimes you want to stay in the middle. It's very, and that's kind of like one of the main things is there's a lot of thinking that goes into where you want to be, how do you want to play, and generally where things are. I should also note, during this phase, character may spell the spell left to improve or hinder their wisdom check. Certain Danmaku battles against dangerous foes may restrict the placement area. Or have the enemy already on the field. Certain Danmaku battles against dangerous foes may restrict the placement area or have the enemy already on the field for them to encounter. So that is effectively saying, if you're fighting a boss character, feel free to put them on first and have everyone else kind of react around that. Sometimes people want to go first, sometimes people don't want to. This is, if you're at like a friendly one where everyone's kind of working together, this doesn't really mean much. But if you're kind of working against each other, this works a little bit more. Kind of, it's your win check, which is the big deal. Sometimes you want to go first, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you want to fuck your friend over. So, phases and actions. Phases and actions. And if we consult our note here, we want to bump you up a little bit so people can actually read you. Okay, so we want to do... Okay. In total, there are 7 phases. Actually, what I should say, 7 natural phases. Actually, no, it would be... There are 5 natural phases to a Danmaku battle. There are 5 natural phases to a Danmaku battle. While certain abilities and situations may increase the number of phases up to 7 or even 8. 7 or 8 during the 5 natural phases. Every time. I can always feel it coming on. I can always feel it right in my nose. It's right there, right in my nose. That's the worst feeling in the world. I like it. During the 5 natural. Each phase has the characters resolve actions. It helps the character either perform an action or resolve an action already committed. So, certain spell effects may manipulate the current phase by increasing it. Actually, how do I want to word this? You manipulate the current phase by increasing phase 2 to phase 3, or decreasing phase 3 to phase 2 to the spell effects may manipulate the current phase by increasing or decreasing the effect. However, each phase the effect certain. If a character is ever forced to skip a phase, or is unable to act during a phase, they lose the effects of that. They lose the ability to perform any actions. Actually, no. The character is ever forced to skip a phase. No. How do I want to word this? Pretty much what the idea is like phase 1, you can choose to do a quick action. Quick spell / action. Which these are like your basic abilities. These are basic actions or use an item. Pretty much something fast. It's like, I'm going to be using an item to do this, like get a movement or do something quick. And you can use this to rapidly reposition yourself. Spend a Tengu charm to move 2 during this phase. Spend this to do this. Spend this to do this. That's kind of the idea behind this. It's really fast, but you can also just say do nothing, because no one's going to do anything on phase 1. Or what I actually do is like put like a minor there. That'd be a good idea. But like if you skip phase 1, let's say you get hit by a freeze and you have to skip phase 1, you don't get the effects of it. Decreasing, actually. So character is ever forced to skip a phase, they are unable to perform the actions therein, but any spell effects will resolve when able to. Will resolve when able to. I'm going to put a footnote here. For example, I am forced to skip phase 3. I cannot use a dedicated move. Action. But if my spell is skipped on P4, it will resolve on P5. Spell effects will always happen. That's why things like freeze are so impactful, because you could say something like, for example, now one of the ideas behind freeze is to do, if I bring out my handy note, which say, here is our board. It's a very simplistic board, but it'll work for my purposes. Let's say I freeze this zone right here. This zone is frozen. But you shoot an ability from here to here. Now, what occurs? Well, technically, this zone is going to resolve on P4. These will resolve on P7. Because you're frozen. It's frozen in time for those moments. So you can really manipulate the field to do some cool things. That's the point. It's supposed to be a little bit awkward there, but it's to allow people who want those abilities. If you want to LARP as Sakuya and with your fucking time stop bullshit, you can do that. It's going to be a bitch to do and expensive, but you can do it. I'll never say that you can't do something. phase one quick action. Quick actions. If I can spell quick correctly. Yeah, we want to do quick actions. Phase one has the characters quickly react. Quick actions. So our basic phase one actions. These are the. We'll do phase one dash quick actions. So we're going to have a minor movement, which is move one. Fire a bullet. Range 3 plus damage. We could probably tie that. Yeah, it'd be range 3 plus damage. Like, we could tie it to your inside. At most, it's going to be like damage 4. It's going to be fucking nothing. But that's not the point. It's fire a bullet. Range 3, damage inside. Actually, what I can do is do damage inside. So characters with really bad are not going to be able to do things. So you make a melee attack. Range 1 plus damage. Let me see. Can you play a shmup in this? By sheer technicality, you can. You'll have to reflavor a lot of the abilities, but you can. Again, it'd be really awkward. This is designed for toot stuff. But if you take a hacksaw to it, yeah. By sheer technicality, if you want to play Ikaruga. Well, I'm saying it'll be perfect. Absolutely not, but you can. The idea, one of the things I wanted to explore was this, the natural phases idea. If I wanted to do like an Ikaruga game, or Ikaruga, like a strict Ikaruga, what I would probably do is drop the spell card mechanic and use exclusively playing cards for that. That actually would be a decent idea. Playing cards for it, with each suit being a different type of attack. Like, hearts would be missiles or something, like missiles, bullets, whatever. That's how I would do it. Or if I wanted to be really specific, it would be red suits would be missiles, black suits would be bullets, and face cards allow you to do maneuvers. That would be the idea. It'd be very different, but you can. So, minor. Let's see, resolves P4. Resolves P3. Melee attack is actually kind of dangerous because you can actually do quite a bit of damage with that. Such as our example character Yasu. Her big thing. Let's see what her earth is. Yeah, she gets things like boldness, which allowed her she gets a free +1 movement and +1 melee damage. But she can't use bullets. That's the big thing. So what she gets to do is she gets to charge up to you for a very simple action and chop your fucking face off. That's it. So we should say is play an item card dash resolve item card effect, which actually I can't remember. But item card. Yeah, I do mention burnt. I have a couple more ideas for item, like kunai on a string kind of thing. With the idea of, you can get really tight, you can get really shitty range on it. Or you can be like, oh, I'm gonna fucking yeet kunai on a string, but I'm gonna snap the string. So it's like, haha, I have fooled you kind of thing. You think it's this, but it is not. Play an item card. Sort of paragraph A to Z. And welcome to phase 1. Play it up. This is it. That is. So we have to do phase 2 spell card. So phase 2. Oh god. Didn't mean to do that. I'm gonna hit C. Phase 2. What is phase 2? Which is going to be spell start. So spell cards. Which we're going to do play a spell card. resolve spell card effects. Perform spell card effects, and it resolves on P4. We can fire a bullet. Fire a bullet. Make a melee attack, which you could technically do 2 melee attacks if you want. If you really want. And then we actually have this one, which is play item card. And then we're going to actually put in the recuperate. Actual spiritual charge. Restore barrier +2. That's it. You restore 2 barrier. Don't do this. Spiritual charge is for the people who are very desperate and need to survive. They just restore their barrier by 2. That's all they do. And then we have phase 3. Phase 3, which is going to be, we're going to call it the dash phase, which you can perform a move. We want to do this. We want to do, we'll call it a dedicated movement. Move 2. Block, reduce damage by spell card spent, which is not useful, but that's literally just putting your arms up in a desperate attempt to avoid damage. If you really need to stick onto a place, don't do this. What I should say is, regardless of phase, the character may always delay. May always delay not performing any action during the round. Normally, you want to start firing bullets. Like, if you really want to be effective, that you fire all your bullets. If you don't want to burn a spell card, you're firing bullets, you're playing item cards. You know, you're always needing to do something in those early phases. But you can say, no, I don't want to do something. Which I always feel is important. I always get really weird when that's not like a dedicated option in a game, which is the do fuck all. Because it kind of encourages players to be like, oh, well, you have to do something every round. Be like, you don't have to. It's effective if you do something, but you don't need to. So we have to do phase 4, which is going to be the big thing of spell card resolution. And which characters can do nothing. Phase 5. Actually, what I should say is resolve all spell effects. Actually, resolve all effects. Resolve melee attacks. Actually, resolve all spell cards and bullets. And that's really it. And then we have phase 5. I hit the wrong button again. Which is going to be the punishment phase. All characters who were struck by a melee attack bullet or spell card result will take damage. Will take damage, reducing barrier. If in critical state, character is downed. This is it. These are the 5 core phases. And actually what I should say is, we'll call it phase 6, dead phase, in which this will be the dead phase. We'll call these the dead phases, which is 5 plus X, just 5 plus something. Anything after 5, actually I should say it would be 6 plus. All right, it'll be 6 plus. 6 plus dead phases. Resolve all effects or punishments that occur. Because certain cards, certain effects, effectively, like if I remember correctly, I believe it's one called Deadened Senses. What is this? Deadened Senses? Yeah, dulled senses. Punishment phase, 1 phase later for the character. What this means is, effectively, instead of taking damage on phase 5, you take it on phase 6. This doesn't mean much. You may like, you maybe want a notepad. That doesn't mean anything. I'm just taking it 1 phase later. However, you could delay that. You're delaying the damage you're taking by 1 phase. If you delay it by 1 phase, you could kill someone before you go down, winning the Danmaku, even though you both are technically dead. You may literally strike someone down as they hit you. You both get reduced to beyond critical. You're both in critical state. You go down to 0, but you remain up. Even if it's just for another 1 more phase. If they are down, they are downed. You've won the fight. It's not going to come in a lot of play. However, you can kind of delay those inevitabilities. So I want you to be able to reduce your barrier. That's the big thing. Reduce your fucking barrier. It is there for you to get hit. It's okay to get hit. Just don't die. God damn it, every time. Okay, there we go. So, phases of actions are done. And that's also the really impactful thing with melee attacks, is that you resolve 1 phase earlier. You bash a motherfucker over the head, they're kind of forced to play item cards earlier. Actually, I should say is resolve item card effects. We gotta play item card. Block is kind of like your ultimate oh god, oh fuck, oh god, oh fuck moment. That is literally what all that is. I have taken a little bit too much damage. It is inevitable that I'm going to take 4 damage. I'm going to take like 6, 7 damage from this. This is bad. I don't want to take this. Burn your hand. Well, actually, what I should do is recharge, redraw all of your card. All of you. Shuffle all discarded spell cards into the spell deck. I can actually only perform one action during each phase. which is going to be there we go. Perfect. There we go. We have all of our actions and all of our combat stuff done. So I knew this wasn't going to be difficult. Like, that's the big thing with this. This is not going to be hard to do. This was the hard part right here, is doing all of these actions. It was the act of doing it rather than, hello phone, what's up? It was the act of doing things rather than the actual act of, like, combat itself. Because that's not actually difficult. Okay, so what else do we need to do? Actually, let me think. What? Okay, I know what I gotta do. So what we need to do is Mega Boss. Actually, we had to do Boss Mod. Incident characters. Incident characters and judge-controlled enemies. During a Danmaku, that is against a dedicated foe rather than during a Danmaku that is against a dedicated foe rather than other players. The judge will control their actually how the judge will create the incident character at which operates similarly to the characters in terms of how they are built. However, the incident character will often be of a power ranking above the characters. If there are three characters at power ranking 4, then the incident character can be at power ranking 6 to 7, representing their threat to the character's combined strength. How even with increased strength, incident characters may require some backup. These come in the form of fodder. Actually, what we can call fodder characters. A form of pawns. Pawns take up one space and can only fire a single damage to bullet. Typically in one space, and can only perform a set of basic actions. Perform a set of basic actions, depending on what variety they are. actually having more than one incident character is okay. Having more than one incident character is okay, but remember to reduce their collective PR. Their collective PR to compensate for the players. Actually, we'll take up only one space and we'll perform an action. And we'll perform an action based on what kind they are. Pawns are always considered to be in the critical state. Critical state meaning that any bullet, meaning that any attack will down them. This is effectively saying, like, characters are like your enemies are going to be built exactly similar to you. They're going to have the same abilities, same ideas, same concepts as you are. Might allow them to. Will often have, but Nitsuki will often have a higher power ranking. No, I don't want to open DevTools. Power ranking than the characters do. Hello, Salmon. I am doing well. We managed to rip through most of combat, which is kind of the end. This is the end bit. Like, I'm just doing incident characters, and I'm gonna have to write up what like some of them do. So what we're going to do is we're gonna make these into like nice little things. So we're gonna call these actually we'll call them Ranger Pawns, Knight Pawns, Bishop Pawns, and then Support Pawn. And actually it would be Bishop Rook Pawns. There we go. Actually, we're basing off that, we would need Rook, Knight, Bishop. We can call these Ranger Pawns, fuck it. So, Ranger Pawns, they have two actions. They're going to fire, on phase 2, they're going on phase 2, they will fire, they will use bullet, which is going to be range 3, damage 2, damage 3, and range 3 plus damage 3 resolves on P4. On phase 3, they're going to move 1. That is all they are going to do. They do nothing else. Knight Pawns, phase 2, make melee attack, which is going to be range 1 plus damage 4. Resolves on P3. And this is going to be phase 3, move 1. Bishop Pawns. Phase 2, prepare to heal. Prepare barrier repair. Barrier repair 3, range 2. Phase 3, move 1. phase. And then we have to do resolves floor. Bishops are all about support. They literally will just heal. Combat in a nutshell. Effectively, how combat works is fairly simple. Is we go all the way. You have to kind of go all the way up here. Like it looks really complicated. It's not. Every character is going to have a spell deck, and that deck is at first composed of 4 cards. Those 4 cards are things like this. They kind of have these are spells that you can cast. And they all have spell effects, such as range 1 and barrier repair 4. I heal you by 4 if you are within range 1 of me. The cost dictates how many cards I have to discard to use it, which normally is just itself, but it can be more cards out of my hand, which on an average is 4. And the type of spell. That's really it. What you're supposed to do is, during the role-playing part of the game, is to pick up item cards. These item cards are things like these, which can not only kind of buff up your deck, allow you to cast things more easily, it allows you to use them to reduce things. Magic Potion, restore 5 barrier, reduce all damage to 1. Very simple things. However, the core idea of the Danmaku battle is the phase system, which is broken down into 5 main phases called natural phases, and then other ones which occur only as spell effects happen. And it's like, choose a basic action, which is like, fire a bullet, make a melee attack, move 1, play a card. Cool. Phase 2, play a spell card, restore your barrier by 2. Phase 3, move, get all your cards back, block, resolve spell, and then resolve everything, resolve your damage, and everything takes place on a 7x7 board. It's supposed to feel a little bit claustrophobic, and it's supposed to feel a little bit awkward. The goal... actually, here's what I can do. We need a 7x7 grid. Nope, there we go. It'll work. Because this helps me explaining it, actually. That's the thing. So, a little bit of order. So, pretty much unlike phase 1, it's you moving around and making things really simple. We'll make just 2 little pawns just to represent us. The squares will be us, and we're going to be moving around a little bit. We have our enemy, who is going to be a square on its side. So, like phase... Actually, no, wait, god damn it. There we go. We want to hit that button. We'll make you a circle. Why not? Fuck it. We're not playing by rules here. So things was like, well, how this works in my head anyway, which working in my head is very different than working properly, which would be like, quick action. Everyone is like, oh, okay, looking at this, none of us can hit them. Oh no. Well, we all gotta move. We're all gonna move 1. No, nothing can really hit the other. I'm gonna move him here. He's going to move up by 1. And our main problem child over here is also going to move. Our main problem child is going to move right here. That's it. Congratulations. We've hit that. We've all played a minor card. Nothing occurs. Now, then we get phase 2. That's where we get to start playing the cards in our hands and allow us to do some cool things. So, using here, let's say I have a spell effect. I want to do something impactful because I'm cool. So, this guy over here, he's going to play a spell that's going to do something like this. It's just going to blast everyone in that area. Over here, he's going to be playing a card that's going to do something like this. The other person Well, because they are an asshole, they're going to play a card that looks like this. No damage has actually occurred at this point. We're just preparing spells to get fired off. And obviously, during the next round, we all need to fucking run. So everyone's like, okay, I'm going to make a 2 movement go here. This person's going to make a 2 movement to go here. You're going to make a 2 movement to go like here. And then all the spells resolve. Everything fires off at once. And then you begin again. It seems really complicated, but it's really not. There's just a lot of stuff going on with it. It's one of those things that's kind of like hard to explain by just looking at it. But playing it, it should work. If you have any questions, ask. Now, mind you, some of these spell effects can be huge. Like, for example, if we go up here to some of the abilities, just like straight up. Yeah, that, like, virtual tabletop, like, as of right now, is essential for this game to actually function. Which probably tomorrow I might do it, or later tonight if I get bored. I will have to, like, draft up a basic board for playtesting purposes on, like tabletop sim, just to make sure that people kind of understand, like, this is how this works. You kind of need that right off the bat. But, like, these are the kind of the cards that I kind of came up with immediately. For example, Pummel Strike here, I burn 2 cards. Actually, let me get rid of this. Oh, I clicked the wrong button. So, Pummel Strike here, I burn 2 cards in my hand. I play this card and I play another card. I can Pummel Strike. And then, phase 1, phase 2, anything in that, I'm going to hit with my fucking hammer. I'm going to hit with my glorious sword. I'm going to do 12 damage to them. Now, mind you, P4 characters only have 20 health. You're going to do 12 damage to them, and they're going to get knocked back 2 spaces. They're just going to be 2 spaces in a straight line back. That's it. That's what occurs. Then you have things like Lightning Blade, which is like damage 8, but range 4. But then you can get some odd ones like Dash Strike down here. But the entire idea is you maybe not want to hit anybody, you just want to dash forward. And it's a game of kind of choking your enemy out a little bit into like smaller and smaller positions while always putting the pressure onto them. You're always putting that pressure of there's a billion bullets going around and we all want to hurt you, and we're all trying to put you in an awkward state of like, well, I can take a little damage here, or I'm going to take a lot of damage here, but maybe that's what you don't want. It's you do need a table for this. This is like one of those things like you would need a table for this. And the game it is based off of, actually, it's Danmaku Yugi Flowers, also requires it. Yeah, we got the whole team in here today. I can tell. I'm looking at you all in the server. Let me put this away. Beer numero 2. And then everyone's being autistic and autism and assholes. Oh, wow. I never thought. So let's see. Phases and actions, incidents and characters being downed. Rook pawns. What do they do? Rook pawns only have a bear. Well, rook pawns are special because, rook pawns Actually, they're gonna have to cast a spell on them. Phase 2, prepare spell, mitigate 4, range 0. Phase 3, move 1. That is it. The idea here is that rook pawns are going to try to mitigate as much damage as they physically can on themselves. They are annoying sacks of shit. And you need to get rid of them fast. And melee guys can get rid of them very quickly. Not much else. Because they're going to mitigate effectively 8 damage. Actually, yeah, let's do mitigate 8. They're going to be mitigating 8 damage. But they do nothing else. They're literally just going to sit in place, move a little bit, just to eat your damage. Eat your ability to do damage. So we need to do table. We'll do 2x2 table. This is all pawns do. Very simple, very to the point. These are your chaff that are supposed to die in droves. See, mega monsters and other titanic threats may take up larger sections of the Danmaku board. These threats, if dangerous enough, may be split into smaller segments, each of which is playing cards that the judge has prepared for them. Most enemies, though, will only be most enemies will be of regular size, however. Okay, so we got the enemy. Okay, we got to do advancement next. Advancement and continuation. Man, people are celebrating birthdays today. Varric is proposing the most evil game known to human history. We don't bring that evil into this house, Varric. Today was a good day. I actually meant to stream earlier today, but time just got away with me. That's because this fucking Necronica thing is hilariously awful. Advancement and continuation. The characters, when they complete and solve the incident. When they complete and solve the incident, or fail drastically at it, they will gain experience. They will gain experience if the judge wishes to continue play. Experience points can be used to advance in power ranking or purchase additional spell card. Actually, experience points can be used to improve the in a variety of ways. Here, then we want to do characters gain experience points equal to the number of cards. Actually, number of cards currently remaining in their spell deck. Currently remaining in their spell deck. So one of the big things there is you may be wondering, Notepad, aren't higher tiered characters getting experience faster than lower tier characters? And the answer is yes. You are gaining power exponentially. You know, it's like you begin here, you're rapidly gaining power to do things. The problem is that you are rapidly gaining power and people are probably going to want to shut you the fuck down. Equal to the number of cards currently remaining in their spell deck, including items. Should the character be defeated, actually be downed in a Danmaku, in the Danmaku, no. Bad spider. Go away, spider. No one likes you. Yeah. Now, they will discard all non-spell cards. Actually, they will burn all non-spell. They will treat it as if they have no non-spell cards in their deck, then half it. So, like, PR4, you're only going to have 4 spell cards. If you get downed, you're only going to have 2. Technically, you're only going to get 2 experience, which isn't much. But if you were like PR8, you have 8 spell cards. You're like, oh, I'm getting 4 experience for just losing even. That's the point. You learn more the stronger you get, because you're able to learn more. Will also receive a small amount of experience points for coming to session and participating in the incident. Actually participating in solving the incident. So on average, you're going to get about 4, 5, 6, you're going to get about 6 XP, so we need to kind of build things around that. So we go up to our power ranking. So we need to increase attribute by 1 is going to be the current attribute, which is going to equal the current attribute. It's going to be equation, so it's going to be current attribute times 2. Actually, current attribute times 2 plus 1. So if you want to go from 0 to 1, it's going to cost you 1 experience point. Actually, no, that's not really good. Increased attribute by 1. We can just make that a flat. We'll call that like a flat EXP. 8 experience points. Actually, we can do up to 4. Increase attribute by 1 up to 8, which is going to be 8 experience points. And then increase attribute by 1 up to 11. Actually, it'd be 4. It'd be up to 12, which is going to be 12 AXP. 1 up to 12. So we're going to put a footnote here. I'm going to put just a footnote. Footnote, if I have a 4 in an attribute, it would take 8 EXP to raise it to 5. Footnote, if I have an 8 in an attribute, it would take 12 EXP to raise it to 9. Now, this may seem punishing. You have not seen the SCP game, which we'll be going over tomorrow, actually. I am not looking forward to that, because that is a nightmare game made on wheels. So, okay, purchase new skill. It's going to be a flat T at 10 EXP. Gain a new hindrance. Gain a new hindrance. Purchase a new... actually, we'll do purchase a new skill. New skill with a hindrance. With a hindrance is only going to be 7 EXP. So yeah, you can get new skills. You're just also going to take hindrances with it. A little cheaper. Okay, we on to do is purchase a new spell card, which is going to be a flat 12 EXP. Increase hand size, which is going to be a lot of EXP. And then increase barrier by 1, which is going to only cost 3 EXP. The cheapest thing to do is increase your barrier. However, you're only increasing it by 1, which isn't a lot, but that's not the point. You're not really supposed to increase it by a lot, because it's your health. Let's see, experience points. Points can be banked and spent later. But that is a note, because sometimes people don't do that. Like if you second you get the experience, you have to spend it. I'm not a huge fan of that personally, but add-on, sort paragraph A to Z. And then we have to do format add-on, nope, insert footnote. How are you doing this? Control X. Why are you suddenly wanting to do that? Brute force it. There you go. During the next session, and the character does not have any of the items of the items or spirit orbs they had collected. The previous session. A new incident emerges. And the characters are called upon once again. And now I get to make these side. Then I get to do this note real fast. Is continuing the same incident. Should the characters be unable to resolve or succumb to the incident right away in a single session, they are permitted to keep all of their items and abilities. They are able to keep all of the they are permitted to keep all of the items and spirit orbs they possess. At the start of next session, the characters are considered Where are you, you little shit? I see you and know you're there. You hoppy bastard. Dead yet? No, you are not dead. You are injured. Yeah, spider is dead. I have valiantly slain the tiny spider. I have beat the spider to death. I don't like bugs. I've never been a fan of bugs. A fucking spider does... Fuck off, Salmon. Fuck you, Salmon. Well, he's a dead one now. Like, bugs have always bothered me. I don't know why, and it sucks because my friend's a fucking amateur etymologist. He fucking adores bugs. Like, no, I just don't like I like looking at bugs. I don't like being around them though. They freak me out. The characters are considered to have been rested, resetting their deck. Okay. Am I missing anything? Let's do a once over to see if I'm missing anything outside some like pictures, but we can add pictures easy. No, I don't think we are. I think we're pretty good. Like, I don't need anything for like, what is Gensokyo? That's not the point. The only two things I'm not really happy of here, I do not like the barrier and I don't like the base attributes. I feel these are a little bit low. Like, I possibly want to bump these up by like 2. And barrier feels a little high. I may want to like drag these down just a little bit, but I don't quite know how unless I didn't want to do like 3, 6, 9, but even then that's way too low. Like, it's very precarious over here, and I don't quite know how I want to do that. But overall, the game is done. I could add in like the types of campaigns thing, but I don't really need to. But yes, with that, I believe it's pretty much done. Like it's just a lot of cleanup work now. Like I knew this game was not going to take very long. That's the big thing. This game was never going to be a long game. It was just going to be a lot of game. It's only 6,200 words, 30 coming out 6,000 at 6,250 and coming out about 30 pages. It's like I kind of knew, like, at a fundamental core, this game was not going to be large. And the reason I knew it was going to be large is because I didn't want, I kind of set out saying there isn't going to be that many mechanics, like, overall. There was just going to be a lot of little mechanics. And it's going to be like, you don't need an entire extensive system for the non-Danmaku stuff. That's not the point of the game. Don't add it then. It's a diceless game. Compare your attribute. You succeed, you don't. That's it. Easy, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Everyone has their deck. The hardest part about this game, at its core, if you were to run this, is it would be getting everyone to design their own spells and having those spells resolve the way everyone's seeing them as. That's where the main meat of the game comes in. Not much else. The main meat is, like, the main difficulty, the main hurdle of this would be the creation of the spell cards. But I think I laid things out easy enough. And later on, this is kind of a decision-making process I'll have to make later. Like, I might add in like a, like an accelerate, get it? An accelerate option, which is like, this is what you want to do. If you want to make a character really fast, you select this, 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 and this. This is all you do. If you want some spell cards right away, here's the basic spell cards. Or like, if you want to make these like really simple spell cards, this is what you do. Just have the effects listed out. Have the name and the effects listed out. Have nothing else. And the cost is always going to be, 2 or something. The cost is always 2. You always got to burn a card to do a card. Like, restrict the numbers down for, like, the accelerated option of, like, no one's going to be really using, like, tier 3, tier 4 card with all the little interactions. No, everyone's going to have at max 2, 0 to 2. Very simple, very easy to understand. Keep the items very simple, like, very to the point. Because you don't really need the full cards. Like, I wanted to do the cards because I wanted to show, like, hey, this is what the spell will look like on the field. But you don't need to do that. Honestly, you can do these on, like, a tiny little, like, half note card. Like, if you wanted to do this at home, and this is, like, one thing I would have to say, is buy a bunch of note cards, cut them in half. Like, no, you can buy, like, 500 note cards for, like, $2 here. Cut them in half, write your name on it. Write your character's name on it so everyone knows it's yours. Write the effects of the spell. Write the name of the spell. Write the effects. Write the cost, and what type it is. That's it. You're done. But overall, I think the project went well for like the scope and scale of what I wanted to do. I succeeded at. I did not want to make this a big game. This game was deliberately going out of my way to test something interesting out. It was more of a can I rather than should I. And I think I succeeded at it. I don't think it's perfect, but it's one of those things where you kind of had to do, like, there was no good way of doing it. I think Danmaku Yugi Flowers kind of proved that as an idea, which, like, there is no good way of doing this. I mean, for fuck's sake, it's a bullet hell. It's a game system based around. The video games are based around these high-speed, very colorful looks, and you don't have that on the table. That's would be crazy. And the only other person who is like, I made a bullet hell RPG, literally involves throwing dice at your players, which is the most crazy shit I've ever heard of, and it's bad, and you shouldn't do that. But yeah, it works. If you want to run some, if like, if I wasn't committed to the Touhou thing, if I wasn't committed to Toot Hoot and Company doing Toot Hoot thing for Toot Hoot reasons, I would probably use this deck of cards for it. You know, Ajax, actually. Bullet Hell shoots player and stuff. What? I can't remember what that game was. Actually, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go on a magical hunt. I distinctly remember it because it annoyed me being like, I made the first bullet hell RPG. I'm like, no, you didn't. Danmaku did. Which is like, the game is like, Danmaku Yugi Flowers is not a good game. Like, as an objective standpoint, it's not good. But it's also very unique because of that. Actually, I mean, tabletop game. Uh, is there? I mean, I remember it. They were on itch. I remember that. They were on itch.io. Uh, yeah, I can't even remember what it was. Because, yeah, it was on itch.io of all fucking things. And they were like, I made the bullet hell game to do the bullet hell stuff. But the if I remember correctly, what that game involved, it was quite literally like you had the set. It was like if any of you've ever played Plinko before, it was like Plinko in a way. Like you had to roll the dice down this thing, and then people got if you got hit by it, you took damage or not. Also, my favorite, like right there, Child of Darkness, an Antichrist babysitting simulator. Oh boy. Si- Yeah, no, also Icon. Fuck Icon. Fuck this game. It's hilariously bad. Yeah, I hope once the Kickstarter begins, oh boy. Oh. Okay. Oh. Give me 1 second. Yeah, there's Icon. Fuck Icon. I did see the. I did see the one that uses Clone Hero. See, Icon annoys the shit out of me. It annoys the shit out of me because there's parts of that game that I actually enjoy, and I want to enjoy. I think the part of like Icon that annoys me. I did see that one, yeah. Uh, I saw that one like with Icon. I think the part that annoys me more with Icon is that there's nuggets of good ideas in that game. And those nuggets of good ideas are completely hamstrung by the rest of the game. It is so fucking sad. And there's a reason I wrote this. It's like a 12-page document I wrote called Notepad Tweaks Icon. And I just tweak Icon to death. Because I'm like, I need to fix this. Because it's driving me insane. Uh, and Icon is actually what gave me the inspiration to write finally the inspiration for a cultivation RPG. Uh, Also, Plinko. The idea of Plinko is that you have like a little Plinko thing. It's like a disc almost that you send down to this very intricate thing, and it kind of bounces back and forth. And you're supposed to have it land in like specific things to score points. They're very simple. Like they're not like it's not really advanced. It's more. It's like child's first gambling. Like this is a Plinko machine, or like these are what Plinko is. It's like you just send it up from the top, boom, 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 and the idea is getting to like the big point areas. That's it, really. Like, it's one of those games that there, it's not really a game. It's not a game. It's a thing that you do to pass time. It's like Candyland. Candyland isn't a game. You literally just draw things, and suddenly things. There's no strategy. There's no anything really. It's just things occur. Now, this is my absolute favorite things about these wonderful worlds of art. Let's see what's actually on itch. Let's see. How long have I been streaming? I haven't streamed for that long, I don't think. Just an hour and a half, not much. But let's see. What's new and popular? Oh, well, of course, Icon is. Fucking Icon. Let's see. Child of Darkness. That's gonna annoy everybody in their fucking mind. Oh boy, a prototype game. Oh joy. Oh, joy. It's 12 pages. It looks very pretty, but it is 12 pages. No, please. Why are you charging $10 for this game? Let me see. Oh, this is the motherfucker who made Gotrek and Felix? Oh, nice. I like Gotrek and Felix. You've written shit, but I can believe in it. Alright, let's see. Oh, so it means nothing. It's nothing. Cool. Awesome. I love this section of it. Absolutely mad streamer burps on stream. Yeah, I've looked through my clips before. I don't know what people are like clipping half the time. I know there's one clip of me going, eh. That's because I make noises. There's a clip of me just like looking through a document really intensely. That's it. And someone clipped that for some reason. It's like, why are you people the way that you are? Let's see. Is there anything fun and exciting over here? All right. Morkborg. It's more Morkborg. We love Morkborg. We love Fortnite. Everyone do the Fortnite dance. Forge one-shot RPG. Stuck out in the black. I just make one-page RPGs for like no money and force everyone to buy it. Sorry, if you want to be a real human being, please buy my game. Let's see. But why? Who's pinging me? God damn it. God damn it, Salmon. The Russian letter one. Alright, let me see if I can find the Russian letter one. Right here. Oh god, I think this is Polish. So, alright, Poles. Translate. by Robert Baden-Powell. What? That doesn't seem right. Is this supposed to be like this? This can't be right, right? Yeah, this is Polish. I know it's Polish because all the Z's. But I don't actually think this is... No, his name's Robert, for fuck's sake. This is not a Polish game. I know for a fact it is not a Polish game. View all by ignorant. No, they're all Polish games. Why is a man named Robert doing Polish games? What the fuck? It's all Polish. I'm very confused. That's very odd. Why LARP as fucking Polish out of everything to LARP of in this beautiful world of ours? Polish? When your name's Rob, not even like Branislav or something, it's Rob. Unless that's like a pseudonym, like, oh yeah, my name's actually like Branislav Ukletsky or something, with like 16 different syllables in there, but it's like, that's not it? I'm like, alright. Enter the Whiskerverse. I don't like where this is going. Rock Solid Dwarves. Which, actually, this reminds me. Oh, wow. Oh my, do I get Well, don't mind if I do. Thank you, game. I'll take this. Beards and Beyond, that's normally $10. I'm gonna pay fuck all for that, because I have no soul. What? What in God's name is this game? I'm gonna have to look at this one day, just like, this is some random shit. Because my heckin' base Europeanos. Yeah, no, anytime I see like a free copy, I will steal that shit immediately. Like, it is, like, I need it. Wait. Whiskerverse will build on a system that runs on Beards and Beyond with the upcoming Founded and Flawless. Is this motherfucker? Is this motherfucker? This motherfucker? This motherfucker is trying to make an SRD game. He's trying to make another SRD. God damn it, we don't need more licensed bullshit. Make something unique for once. God damn it. I guess it adds more fodder for me to work with, but... Let's see. Like, there's so many random fucking games on itch. It's great. Let's see. Let's... See, I can go to Kickstarter and feel sad about myself, because regardless of what occurs, like, I will never be happy anytime I go to Kickstarter. Normally, I would do this tomorrow when we're going over a very special game that's terrible. But I just want to, like, let's see. Let's see. What's the newest? All right. I mean, we can do this, right, guys? We're going to feel this is... SRD is a system reference document. And a system reference document is supposed to be a game that is not really a game, but it's supposed for you to be able to reference. And usually what happens, it's a game that allows you to make other things using it like really easily, like Forge in the Dark, for example. You can get the entire game of Forge in the Dark right here. Like, this is the entire game. Like Powered by the Apocalypse doesn't has one, but it's technically like SRD'd. D&D 5e has an SRD. By sheer technicality, you can argue that the Powered by Lesbians, yeah, Powered by Lesbians is also an SRD because you can just take the game all you want. Which, by the way, oh, wait a second. Why? God damn it. That every time. Yeah, exactly. Like, everything can be, you can SRD anything. Also, here's this Russian game that I was sent. I don't know what this is. It's an OSR game, I think. It's actually in English? No, it's not even in English. I can't review this. Looks cool. I will give it that. But like SRDs are usually like, it's kind of code phrase now for take my rules and do whatever you want with it as long as you cite me. Uh the ultimate expression of most things is to make your own SRD because that's what happened with Powered by the Apocalypse. Like, Powered by the Apocalypse doesn't actually have an SRD, but everyone and their mother fucking knows if you put PBTA in your game in any description, people are immediately going to know what the hell you're talking about. Like, it's just a snap. And that's why, like, everybody wants their own SRD for people to make games on top of their game to make more money off of it. Because usually what occurs is people are immediately redirected back to the original game. So, I'm ready. Let's do it. Okay. Oh no. Oh, alright. This outcome a decisive historical episode in less than 4 hours. It's a literal board game about the Granadan conflict. Final capture of Lost Land. I mean, this is kind of cool. I mean, I'm down. Compass Games. Never heard of these guys before. Let's see. Compass Games. Tell me about you, Compass Games. You've created 30 fucking Kickstarters. Jesus, 30 Kickstarters? That's nuts. Looks like a lot of them are like really tiny games. Like with not a lot. 128, 123, 123. This one succeeded at 59. It looks like it's a lot of it looks like it's a lot of the same game, if that makes sense. So what is Cradle of Civilization about? Yeah, it looks like it's a lot of the same kind of games, just with different pitches, if that makes sense. Or it's like different ideas behind each one of them. I mean, I'm down. That seems fun. All right. The more you know. As long as I don't know about it. Yeah, I know that. See, now you're thinking with portals. Let's see. I wonder what. Why would you ever help the Moors? Because Moors, bro. Uh, Sigma mindset. Uh, it's it's very bizarre with oh Jesus, this is not a good say. This is very bizarre with Kickstarter because at some points, like the Kickstarter meta, the meta you could say of Kickstarter is to abuse your already existing fan base. It is to make sure that you have people who are already going to buy your shit no matter what you do, and then have them immediately succeed at the campaign. At the other hand, it's to make the most generic, like simple thing possible, but at other times you get games that like nobody in their right mind should find interesting. But a small dedicated group of people will fund it the entire way, or you get people manipulating the system. But that is another very common situation, is that people manipulate it. Do like it's a $10 goal or whatever. Ah, yes, the 12 political parties. Convention phase, voting phase, executive phase. Puppet. Puppeteer. What the fuck? Shine On, Chinese game I've never heard about. Chinese company. Let's play and dream. All right, all right. Let's look. What have they made? Crossroll Hong Kong and Animal Incorporated. Hatorio. A fun game with flags. Okay. Yeah, it looks like this is not looks like this is a game they've done before, sort of, because like here's the Hong Kong map, and then this is Puppeteer, which it looks like to be kind of the same idea with just different pitches and how to do things. How do I have fun with maps? That's all I want to know. How do I have fun with maps? Oh god, premium linen textures, tile themes, draft flags at only at the end of each row. Place the flag at your tier. Get a pigment from the merc. What the fuck is this company? This is one thing I love doing. I love finding weird ass companies. Coming Kickstarter never. Yeah, you find some odd things. I don't think you're supposed to be here. Oh wait, I didn't specify I want tabletop games. There we go. A new type of dating sim VM with heavy focus on gameplay. Manage a security company and find love. Oh god, I mean, I'm down with trying to date hunky boys. More hunky boys do hunky boy thing. Phone call systems. Here's our main protagonist, lady girl. Anime boy, anime boy, anime boy, more anime boy. See, the weird thing is that they weren't Chinese; they were an English company. Well, they weren't an English company; they were a Hong Kong-based company. But sexy. Here's some sexy anime boys for any. If you want to support sexy anime boys, here it is. Which always baffles me with these games because they always look the same. The Korean ones always look the same. Yeah, there's Notepad's opinion. Yeah, there's Notepad's opinion on this Korean dating simulator. 0 out of 10. Not sunky enough for me. Let's see what else is on here. Oh no no no, that's not good. I don't like where this is going. Waifu Cowgirls 3D STL Fires. We need nothing else. My name is Maria. I am from Mexico. 2 unique cowgirls. What the f... Oh, no, 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 no. Close, close, close. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. That wasn't supposed to be on the screen. That isn't supposed to be on Kickstarter. Wait a second. Oh, no. Don't clip that. This is... I wasn't expecting... It was on fucking Kickstarter, man. So timeline, superhero RP. Oh man, this is the worst. This is the absolute worst way of opening it up with it. It's a fucking Word document. Oh no. What? Oh, wow. Wow, this is, Oh, wow. Oh no. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, so 3,500. Yeah, they want over 3 grand for this, which actually isn't like that bad. Some games want 20. Okay, believing playing should be in control of the game. The people playing should be in control of the game. This is the first superhero RPG to attempt this level of immersion and customization. Are responsible for tailoring almost every aspect of their own character in one of the simplest yet most customizable character building systems ever created. Players' characters react definitely to changing circumstances of the game world, as presented by the game master or narrators, whose NPCs will antagonize the characters at every turn. Oh, wow. This is a game, all right. So, any superhero character that's ever existed and ever will exist can be tooled to work within the game system. So, like Hero, many player characters have been created in this game that were not only unique superheroes that any comic book would benefit from, but characters that are truly cared about as well. Timeline system, the most unique and free-spirited tabletop RPG. Oh no! Oh no! Dude, please, please. It makes it the most free-spirited tabletop RPG on the planet. The bottom of the script, some examples of the wonderful original characters. Oh no! From a gaming perspective, different strategy requirement. It can be customized easily by having narrator make simple changes to the story. Okay, this doesn't tell me anything about the system. Players have... Oh no! Oh god! Oh, Jesus Christmas Christ. I am in. I am in. I want to donate to this. Can I donate $200 for the character building tools? Oh, wow. Oh, he's got 9 comments. Let's see. Players can be any type of creature conceivable. Customize your origin. Anything is possible in timelines. Narrative-driven system called storylines. Smaller issues or episodes. Oh wow, this is the ultimate RPG system for any superhero game. World of superhero enthusiasts. X-Fox. A trademarked superheroic fox of technological and telepathic repute who has inspired a screenplay. Oh wow. Oh wow. This guy's fucking with me, right? This guy has to be fucking with me. Ronald Reagan, an 80s hip-hop robot programmed to fight crime. A super... Oh, no. This is great. This is fucking great, Sam. I don't know what you're talking about. You get a super demon-possessed cop car if you feel like. There's only one stretch. There's only one goal, which is $200. They open up with a fucking Word document. This is their image. Is a fucking Word document. What's the comments? I gotta see the comments. Please ignore the commenters who don't seem to know they come to Kickstarter to kickstart your projects. I need your help to make this game a reality. The questions have been asked respectively will be answered soon. Thank you for your support. Stand by for more. Thanks, Ryan. Okay, I gotta go through it. So, I just want to double check. You intend to make the only tier backing sitting at $200. Charge what they think is perfect. I certainly do. I've never seen RPG Kickstarter charge that much for its only tier. Yes, timelines innovate. Never before seen character creation system is proprietary at this stage. The high value is due to the fact no other system like this exists. Like, the fuck is that? I hear what you're saying, how unique it is. It's a lot to convince a person to trust a stranger with their $200. Oh, new awesomeness. I can't get funded without a reasonable entry-level backer tier. And say unbiased game reviews on YouTube, more interaction, explanation. You made it clear that this is amazing, one of a kind. In fact, the best RPG system out there. I'm not backing, I'm just offering suggestion. I can only produce more content. Money be spent. Oh, I have many questions. Bit of a trend here. Please ignore. Wow. Wow, I love this man. This man is a Sigma male. This man, I respect this man more than you can believe. Grainsville. Wow. I am in this man. I am Emperor Charlemagne, a sentient portrait of Charlemagne the Frank. Oh, wow. Oh. Oh, I love it. This is like that is some big dick energy right there. That is some like absolute like massive cock energy going there. Like, it's time. Get to the checkpoint. More board games. There's a lot of board games on Kickstarter I've learned over the years. It's just like that's what you make money on. Or 5e supplements. So I need to check I need to check some of my favorite. Let's check my favorite Kickstarter. Now, I adore this Kickstarter because I adore this man. Mr. Dixon is a complete fucking nut job. And let's see, I'm curious. Let's see. Oh wow. It's only I look Okay, let's see. More refund. Oh God. So, for those who don't know, the saga of fucking Swords Fall. Swords Fall was a game that is not a game. It was created by a man named Brandon Dixon. And Brandon Dixon is a writer, I think, for Andrew McMeals. And the only reason this was made because of Daniel Fox. Now, Brandon, Mr. Dixon, is a very smart man. And he decided that this was going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. So he expanded it to make this a huge project. I check this every now and again, and this was the last few, was with the Into the Motherlands. Now, this seems to have just been gone worse. Oh wow, Andrew McMeals, like pre-orders are up, comments. Give us our refund. Like people have been wanting refunds. Like he went radio silence, and he went radio silence for a few reasons. Yeah, that's why this guy kind of got brought on to Andrew McMeals, is because of Fox. Now, this is where things get like really odd with this one, is that he is he kind of fucked up a lot. Like he did a lot of things wrong, like the Swords Fall thing. And I'm actually curious. Let's go to Twitter. I don't know if he's still, is he still on Twitter? I'd be amazed if he is. Yeah, I follow this guy on Twitter. Let's see. Has he posted anything recently? No, he hasn't posted jack shit in like 2 months. Oh, wow. I mean, he's doing stuff, I guess. But because I remember every single person and their mother got really pissed off at him because he effectively blamed his autism on being the way that he is, which is a no-no. Don't do that. No, never blame. Are you going to address the dozens of people asking for refunds? It clearly isn't pre-scheduled. When did you address your Kickstarter backers? Yeah, no, this guy is fucking astounding, and I adore him because he's such a fuck up. He is such a fuck up. Well, it's the weird thing. Like, I don't think it's Daniel Fox. I think what happened was that he got way in over his head. That this stopped being about a project, and he was like, I'm just going to do this huge project that like one man could not do. Because he promised so much with so much art, and he had so much things going for it. But the problem is, he didn't do any of that, and but people wanted to get their pretty much wanted to dump money into it. Now, I have my theories on it. The presiding theory being that this was not a Kickstarter. Yeah, it's not a fuck up if you get rich from it. But the idea was, I don't think this was a Kickstarter. I don't think this was, the money for this was never supposed to go to the actual making of the game. I think that this Kickstarter was to prove to Andrew McMeals that people will buy this game. And people did. And they gave him money because that was a pittance to what it is, because all of that money is gone probably by now, because you have to remember he has to buy every single shirt, he has to buy every single jacket, he has to buy every single hat, he has to buy all of these, like every single book printed he has to buy, and that's how he sells it, that's how that works. these aren't cheap either. These are like, this is 35 bucks. This is a Quip City quote dad hat. It's $22. Romantically interested in knives, just $22. $21 for these fucking face masks that look terrible. Look, you have to buy those. And I think that's where the money went. I think he spent a lot of money on nothing. And he was planning on probably making everything back to make it work. Like, in what fucking world do you need a shop with all of this shit on it? You don't have a game yet. But it was supposed to be a brand. And it was going to get published through Andrew McMeals. It was supposed to build the brand up. And once you get the brand, everything's great and everyone will buy anything. The problem is, people realize that. And when you sell something, it really hurts when it isn't what you get. And you get people like this who are like wondering, like, where's the fucking money? Or you get these like massive things about nothing. Like, what? You guys are like, you guys have to be fucking with me at this point. Hey guys, go support the Motherlands RPG. It's not run by a toxic misogynist. I don't think, honestly, I don't think Brandon here is a misogynist or anything. I think he's just a dumbass. I think he's a dumbass who can't keep his mouth shut. So let's... I'm curious, what's Into the Motherlands? That's not right. Show me... Motherland. No, I don't want to start a project. I don't want to start a project. Not yet. I want to search. Motherland, Motherland. Let's see, where are you? But it's art, so it's fine. Wait, where is it? It's gotta be here, like, so it'd be... Oh god, I hate Kickstarter. I hate Kickstarter's website, by the way. I think this is stupid as fuck. Into the... Where the fuck are you? Games. Tabletop games. Okay. So, yeah, these guys made an absurd amount of money right here. These guys are also insane. Any Giant Lands info? Yes, actually. So, Giant Lands continues to baffle my brain because it's run by fucking morons. Like, all of, like... Here's where things get really confusing. Deinhardt still owns everything. He's the one who runs Wonderfilled. Now, Wonderfilled is, if you go to wfd.games, it's like, oh no, it doesn't exist. However, this is the old TSR site, and you're still getting, Giant Lands. However, they also switched Giant Lands to this, and they're also not doing a digital version of this game at all. It'll be completely box set, not PDFs, which is odd. Very odd. Now, it gets stranger because they've been making really weird Why, hello there, everybody. Okay, I am following these guys. They lock themselves down, so, like, anyone else can't really participate. This is the same company, which is weird. Now, I don't... Locked down. A lot of these are locked down. Yeah, like, these guys have been making, like, really weird choices with, like, how they choose to address things. I don't get these people. I really don't get this company, and I don't think we'll ever really get a good answer for it, because this is Wonderfield Incorporated. This is their thing. Which is like, and it's not like a thing like it's just like, oh, it's a side thing. No, it's like it's a Giant Lands game. And if we go to let's do, I'll look at you later actually. So go here. Oh wait, god damn it, I got Giant Land. Like, I have no fucking idea with this company at this point. And I don't think they know either. Because, mind you, they also pulled off a complete scumbag move, by the way. They only needed $100 for their goal. They got $8,001, which is oddly specific, by the way. It's... However, I just finished the second design book on the combat system. I'm working with the monster third book and hopes to be done with 2 more weeks after that. Then the first character creation book will be done in 2 weeks after that, with the very high experience talent former TSR editor. Can't speak for her and her time frame. Version speaking next 2 weeks. I'm sorry to put stop after I read the design. I asked to do one more pass. This was only about a month ago. Like, this is really odd. Like, this the entire Giant Lands thing is just bizarre. And making a very conservative note here. I don't think Giant Lands is real. I don't think this game will ever come out. I don't think that's the point of it either. I don't think this game is supposed to come out. It's supposed to be a symbol for everybody to, you know, look at and clap at, because look, it's TSR, but it's not TSR anymore. And it's like, what's going on? Like, only 2,000 of them are available. Get a credit. Oh, in the next edition, we can get credit. It's a very, like, the Giant Lands thing is a very bizarre experience, which I have no idea about, and they went on lockdown. So I don't think I actually got, like, blocked because I'm a toxic person. I think I got blocked because they locked themselves down. But very odd. That's all I can really say about it. Like, it's very strange, very bizarre, and I don't have a good idea for it. Let's see, is this going anywhere? I'm curious. Alright, do we have a system yet? Can I play this game if I'm not a POC? You know, how much... We're going to power the stream tomorrow. What's the rule set? Okay, no. This was yesterday. Okay. What? No. Oh, God. So, Into the Motherlands isn't even a written product yet. Fun fact, everybody. There's not a game. Because why would there be? You don't need to sell you don't need to sell product actually on Kickstarter. Fun fact. That is like step one of Kickstarter. You never actually need to sell anything on it. Oh, Jesus. Why do I look at these things? She's minis and terrain. You don't even have a game yet. Great news for dealing. So what is it? Oh, did you settle on court? They don't even have a system yet. Oh, no. They don't have a system yet, do they? Yeah, they don't have a system yet. 5,158 people are receiving something that doesn't exist. God bless this beautiful world of ours. So, that is my look at Kickstarter for right now. Fun fact, don't Kickstarter bad. Kickstarter scary. Kickstarter full of things that will eat you alive. It is a hostile world. So, what's on the slate right now, though? So, if things go according to plan, if things go, actually, we need to do this, and then we need to call this as proper title, Danmaku, Danmaku's Rhapsody of Spirit, Accelerate. Those are the two that need to get on there. If things go according to plan, we'll be starting on Wolves, Sheep, and Shepherds next Monday. That's when we'll start on kind of getting the idea of what needs to be fixed there. I have a couple ideas already of what needs to be done, but it's just doing it. From there, I don't think the WSS one will actually take very long, but I do need new names. So if you have a name for a game about effectively Devil May Cry meets the Catholic faith, tell me if you have any idea. Like Wolves, Sheep, and Shepherds was kind of a compromise name on the original title. After that, we're going to be working on Iron Hunter. Iron Hunter is going to be a fun project. It's going to be a little bit of a longer one just because I'm going to be playing around with some new systems. But I think we can do things pretty reliably on that game. I'm excited for it. Mostly because I get to consult all my Eastern Europeans to help me with Soviet terms and Soviet phrases. From there, we're doing... Bad, Varric, bad. No, I need to cut down the words. See, I just need like a good, like, punchy phrase or like punchy, like two words, like to really summarize that game. But I can't think of one. If anything, I might just keep WSS. It's not. It rolls off the tongue. Wolves, sheep, and shepherds. You know, fucking Helsing by way of Bayonetta. Hope die, god damn it. Yeah, Iron Hunter will be pretty easy. Well, actually, Iron Hunter is either going to take me a long ass time or it's going to be real short. I don't know. It kind of depends on how do I want to push innovation or do I not want to push innovation? Because the thing is, I'm lucky. The game this is based off of, our favorite game, Hammer and Stakes, that game has entered alpha stage now. The game is not done. I will finish my version before that game comes out, and God, it's always remember to support the party and die trying. If there is a chance, though, I will say there is a chance that I will be getting a commission. And that commission will be me having to go into Necronica and gut it. Because the person wants to de-lollify Necronica. Which... Yeah. Yeah, I'm not lying. I'm not... He's offering $100 for it. And I know what to do. I know how to do it. The problem is doing it. And I've actually consulted with people. The JTRPG people are in arms. They do not like it. He wants to like rephrase it as like cyborg stuff. No, he wants to. The thing is, he wants to redo it as cyborgs, which is like you don't even. Here's the odd thing. Here's the beautiful thing about Necronica, is Necronica. You can take Necronica and kind of do whatever the hell you want with it. Like the lolly thing isn't really an essential part. I think that was Ryu. That was Ryu doing about three things. He was wanting to do the gap moe of like look at cute girls doing cute things, except it's meat mechs. Everyone cry. He wanted to kind of emphasize, the loss of innocence aspect, which is a huge deal in Necronica, which is little girls going insane because you're a horrifying abomination of God. And he also wanted to do his own Epstein Island adventures because that's his brand. Like Ryu Kamiya is known for those kind of things. He's known for kind of pushing it to the limit a little bit and being really weird. So, and what's easier to sell to people? Like what kind of shouts? What kind of like draws your attention more? Like it just immediately, which is you are undead meat borgs fighting against undead thing, or you are undead battle lollies as you rip and tear across. Like it immediately just kind of like draws your attention a little bit. You kind of second take, you're like, wait a fucking second, I'm in. And he kind of blends that narrative. Mind you, I adore Necronica. Necronica is one of my favorite fucking games ever. But this guy wants me to gut Necronica because he doesn't like the lollies. And to quote him, he doesn't like the child abuse aspects, which I find to be kind of missing the point. But what do I know? He's offering money for it, so I'm like, all right. I do know, again, the JTRPG guys they are up in arms about it. They do not like me even thinking about doing this. Uh, and if he does pay, if he does do it, I will do it because I'm a mercenary at my core, and I will do it. The only thing with it is that I will. Yeah, it is retarded. That's kind of like he'd be paying me money. I'm not like, and what I would have to do is I would be taking a lot of them and scrubbing names off. Like one, that would just be a one big thing. I would, outside of that, nothing would change. I would literally, there would be entire sections of that book of being like just consult Necronica. And if he gets mad about it being, let's like just consult Necronica, I cannot just take someone else's translation and copy paste it. That's not how this works. I'm going to tell you exactly what we're doing, and that is I'm scrubbing the names, I'm changing some of the concepts behind those names, and I'm giving you the options to make Necronica PG. It is a pretty easy job. I think he wants more out of it, though. I think he wants me to, like, make the entire game just Necronica safe for work, but I'm not going to do that for two reasons. One, I like the JTRPG guys too much. Two, legally speaking, that is a very precarious aspect. Why, they, the main, like, person behind the Necronica translation, who did, like, a lot of the translation stuff behind it, was like, well, legally speaking, I can, that's not good legally speaking. Like, I wanted to tell them, being like, legally speaking, you're distributing a book for free on the internet, and that's illegal. But you're doing it with, the faith of that it'll never get translated. You're running on translation logic there. Legally speaking, that means nothing. Legally speaking, mechanics cannot be copywritten. But I understand what they want, and it would really, like, I would be getting paid to write Necronica stuff, but I'm not going to copy and paste Necronica. I'm not going to. That's not fair. That's not fun. Like, that's not interesting. And I'm going to have to, like, emphasize to this guy being like, you are not going to get Necronica. You're going to have the core book, And you better know that core book, because I'm not going to add in those aspects because I can't. Legally, I can. Legally, I can do that because nothing is copyright. Like the battle mat of Necronica is not legally protected. The look is legally protected, but like the actual like mechanics behind it are not. But what I can do, what I will do, is effectively like based entirely off of this. I don't want to step on translator toes because nobody wants that. Like legally speaking, nobody wants that legal thing. And I'm gonna have to say something like you're going to get a effectively a homebrew out of that. You're gonna get a bunch of homebrew stuff which you have to know Necronica to understand. And how you want to distribute that, yeah, that's entirely up to you. How you want to give them that information, that's you. That's up to you. Not my problem. But I'm not going to copy and paste something from a product, not even from a game I enjoy, from people that are decent and doing it for free. You're paying me to change some names, change some contexts, and maybe add a few new parts. That is what he would be paying me $100 to do. And if he's like, well, I don't want that, this isn't what we agreed upon, and being this is what I told you it was going to be. Because this is what needs to be, like, this is what I have to do. But that's why, like, homebrew stuff is always kind of precarious. Like, it's always been precarious. Like, I could probably make my own version of Necronica and just use it liberally as an interpretation and then do my own stuff with it. But at that point, it's like, why fucking bother? And the way he's wanting things is really weird, and I don't give a shit. Like, I can say these things freely because he's the one paying me, and I'm mercenary. I'll do things for the dosh, but that's all I can really say. But that's the current schedule. We have Wolfsheep and Shepherd coming up, moving into Iron Hunter, then Tainted Bloodlines. Weekend stuff tomorrow. You two, early tomorrow, we are going to be doing a curious case on Kickstarter oddness. And you may be wondering, Notepad, what the fuck is Kickstarter oddness? Well, we're going to be looking at a few very strange things. That's all I can really say about it. Things. So if we kind of see this is Kickstarter oddness. We're not going to be looking at Outbreak Undead. That's not really a thing. I can't really find a good copy of it. But we're going to be looking at Survival of the Able, The Queen's Cavaliers. But the main show point is going to be this. The SCP, the tabletop game. This is a shit show. And I can't look away. It's so bad. I can't look away. It's fatal tier. Like, it is fatal tier, and it is awful. And whoever wrote it, I want nothing more than to hurt them. We're also going to be looking at Third Act Publishing. That'll be kind of the phase 2 of that. Which, not really a game, because there are no games for this guy. But he has an interesting story. I want to look a little bit deeper into it. But that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. We'll most likely be doing a double feature as well tomorrow. And that double feature is going to be me having to go back into... let me see if I can find... someone left a comment on a game, an older game of mine. And that game has seen zero love in a while. Just to give you the example of how fucking extensive this game is. And... oh, Jesus, why are there so many versions of this game? Yeah, no, this guy left a comment on here, and I saw it, and I was like, wait a second, why is this game so fucking broke? Why does it not work as well as I kind of see it? So, I looked through things. I kind of made I'm going to make the call. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to fix what I can about Table Talk Online tomorrow night or Sunday night, depending. It kind of depends on how things go. It will be mostly me fixing things. What? Yeah, like, these are pretty old. Like, this is a pretty old game at this point. Like, some... Is this the true version? This one, then. Why am I doing this to myself? Yeah, I'm going to have to go in here and just fix things. It's going to be great. So, thank you all for watching. My name is Notepad, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Godspeed, good luck, and I'll catch you all on the